Garlic is one of those kitchen staples that almost everyone buys without thinking twice. It sits quietly in a basket on the counter, waiting to add flavor to soups, sauces, and roasted dishes. But what if that same garlic bulb could do much more than season your food? What if every head you buy at the market had the potential to grow into an entirely new harvest right at home? Many gardeners overlook this simple opportunity. A single bulb of garlic holds the hidden ability to multiply itself again and again. With just a small part of the bulb, specifically the base, you can grow fresh garlic leaves and eventually produce an entirely new head of garlic. It's one of the easiest and most satisfying gardening tricks you can try, whether you have a large backyard or just a few containers on a balcony. Before we get started, take a quick moment to support the channel. If you enjoy practical gardening tips like this, be sure to like the video, share it with someone who loves growing their own food, leave a comment about your gardening experience, and subscribe to Nature's Flora for more guides that help you turn simple ideas into thriving plants. Now let's get into the process of turning ordinary garlic into a productive plant. To grow garlic successfully, it helps to understand how the bulb is built. A garlic head is made up of several cloves attached to a central base. This base is the most important part of the entire structure because it's where the roots form. Once planted in soil, this small section sends out roots that anchor the plant and absorb nutrients from the soil. Inside each clove lies stored energy. This energy acts as fuel for the plant's early growth. When conditions are right, the clove uses those reserves to push out green shoots and leaves that rise above the soil surface. Those leaves then begin the real work of the plant. Through photosynthesis, they capture sunlight and convert it into energy that feeds the plant. Over time, this energy travels back underground and forms new garlic bulbs. This cycle is the key to transforming one garlic purchase into multiple future harvests. Choosing the right garlic from the market is, well, pretty important. Not every garlic bulb is equal when it comes to growing. When buying garlic from the market, look for bulbs with large, firm cloves. Bigger cloves tend to produce stronger early growth because stor ans sauidan de bestomen chum waf dauber stor de nak van bien bauen abekaden stores der dansi waberkonster forbor ba dat baden en so restel den sti bor dienster fin froder wa balber de brestiets en spider den stap one bar. However, smaller cloves should not be discarded. They will still grow successfully, though they may take slightly longer to establish themselves. The main thing to avoid is garlic that is severely rotting or extremely soft. Some garlic may already be sprouting slightly. This is not a problem. In fact, early sprouting is often a sign that the garlic is ready to grow. Preparing garlic bases for planting is actually pretty simple. Instead of planting the whole clove directly, there is a clever way to use the garlic in the kitchen while still saving part of it for planting. When peeling garlic for cooking, keep the small base section where the roots normally grow. Cutting about 1 centimeter above this base leaves enough of the clove attached for the plant to regenerate. The remaining portion of the clove can be used in cooking while the base becomes your planting material. This simple step allows you to cook with garlic while also building a supply of plants for your garden. Each base contains small growth points, often called eyes. These are the areas where the new leaves will eventually emerge. Starting garlic in a simple container is, honestly, quite straightforward. Garlic bases can begin growing in almost any container as long as it drains well. A shallow tray with holes at the bottom works perfectly. Good drainage is essential because garlic roots really dislike sitting in waterlogged soil. Fill the container with about 5 or 6 centimeters of loose soil. Regular garden soil or leftover potting mix works fine as long as it drains well. Place each garlic base on the surface of the soil with the cut side facing upward. The base where the roots grow should rest lightly on the soil. It's helpful to leave the tops slightly exposed rather than burying them completely. Spacing is not critical at this stage. The plants can sit close together because they will eventually be transplanted once they begin growing. Watering and sunlight are key for healthy growth. After placing the garlic bases in the soil, water the container thoroughly. The The goal is to moisten the entire soil layer so the roots can begin developing immediately. If the container drains properly, excess water will flow out of the bottom holes. Once watered, place the container somewhere that receives plenty of sunlight. Garlic thrives in bright conditions and needs strong light to begin photosynthesis as soon as the shoots appear. During cooler seasons such as autumn, sunlight becomes even more important. The leaves rely on this light to produce the energy that will later form the underground bulbs. Watering should only happen when the soil becomes dry at the surface. Overwatering can damage the roots, so letting the soil dry slightly between watering is beneficial. Transplanting and growing full garlic plants. Within a short time, green shoots will begin rising from the garlic bases. When these shoots reach around 5 or 6 centimeters tall and strong roots have formed, the plants are ready for transplanting. At this stage, you can move them into larger containers or directly into the garden. If the goal is to grow full garlic bulbs, you'll want to space the plants about 15 to 20 centimeters apart. This spacing gives the developing bulbs enough room to expand underground. Garlic planted in autumn will spend the winter focusing on leaf growth, and then, when spring arrives and daylight increases, the plants begin storing more energy and forming the new bulbs beneath the soil. Throughout this process, the green leaves can also be harvested lightly and used in cooking. They have a mild garlic flavor and add freshness to salads, soups, and stir-fries. Turning one bulb into years of harvests. One of the most satisfying parts of growing garlic this way is just how easily the cycle repeats. Each mature plant eventually forms a full garlic head underground. That new bulb can then be separated into cloves, providing multiple opportunities to plant again. Over time, a single garlic purchase can become an ongoing harvest season after season. It's a perfect example of how simple kitchen scraps can turn into a productive garden resource. If you enjoyed learning how to grow garlic from everyday kitchen leftovers, make sure to subscribe to Nature's Flora, share this guide with fellow gardening enthusiasts, and keep exploring the incredible ways plants can grow right from the food we use every day.